Good Saturday morning to you. I'm Mr. PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich, and this is your outlook for the weekend, August 23rd and 24th, 2014. We're going to start off with today, and we are going to have high pressure nosing down from the southwest or from the northeast across Maine. Here, it's going to be moving to the southwest, but we're still going to have some showers that are going to be hanging around across our western sections mainly. We'll have that. Generally, this area here that's shown on the European model, most of New Jersey here is in the clear, and so is Delaware, but areas to the west are having a little bit of an issue with these showers. Let's go to the NAM future simulated radar, and you see this is starting off at noon. You still have some showers hanging around in the western portions of our coverage area here. So the areas for the clouds and the showers, and in some cases steady showers, will be out here in the western areas here, probably more widely scattered as you get across extreme eastern Pennsylvania, and maybe even more isolated as you get across New Jersey and Delaware. So we're basically, I'll put this in motion for you. You see it's basically just very widely scattered. It becomes, and it just moves off to the south. It's moving off to the south because that high pressure is nosing in down from New England, and it's going to allow Saturday night to have decreasing clouds from across our entire coverage area with the decreasing clouds. So it'll set up a nice Sunday that will be rain-free and partly sunny across our area here. So we're not looking at anything as far as precipitation is concerned beyond that. So here's a good look at back into the Euro here, and then we go into Sunday here. Here's a high pressure moving down from New England here, and clears our area out quite nicely. And going a little bit further, same deal holds true for Monday and again Tuesday. High pressure sitting right over top of the area here. One thing we're going to be dealing with as we get into the middle part or to later part of next week is the winds are going to, instead of being from the east like they will be at least on Saturday, and then eventually the northeast. We're going to have that northeast wind for a couple days up until about Monday. But then we're going to winds that we're expecting on starting on Tuesday. Winds are going to shift to the southwest, and that is because of this ridge that's building over the top here. Very strong ridging that's going to take place is going to allow these warm temperatures to move in, and temperatures will get up close to, actually well above normal, and might even come close to 90 degrees in a lot of places as we get into especially as we get to Thursday. That seems to be the warmest day of the period here, according to both the European model and the GFS. So we're not going to forecast 90s just yet here, but if you have temperatures at this time of year that are generally in the low 80s, low to mid 80s, from actually 80 to 85 from north to south across our coverage area, and you're talking about temperatures that are in the mid 90s to mid to upper 90s to mid upper 80s to near 90 degrees, you're still well above normal in temperature. So it's been a while since we've been that high, and 90s are not as common now. So like I said, the normal high temperature is 80 to 85 from north to south. So if we get the 90s here, that is more the exception rather than the norm. We're going to go into the next thing here. This is Invest 96L. Still an unnamed system, still fairly unorganized, but it did show some sign of organization today to some extent. This system is now centered over the eastern part of the Dominican Republic. Of course, here is this is Cuba right here, and these are the southern Bahamas right here. So it is heading in this general direction, west-northwest. And the models are pretty much agreeing on that happening and getting up somewhere in this vicinity, and then it gets lost. The models are all over the place with it. We're going to go to our interactive radar now, because this is a wide view here, and really you can't see much going on here. But here's the center of your system here. Like I said, everything as you get into the southern Bahamas, the tracks are pretty much the same until it gets right about here, and it still keeps it weak until it gets to that point. After that, the models are all over the place with this. And if you saw these spaghetti plots, they're ridiculous. It has everything from a system going into the Gulf of Mexico like this after hitting Florida. Some have it going just close to the eastern coast of Florida here, and then curving out like this. This would be the GFS doing that. You have the European model that's just curving right away and sending it way out to sea like this. And the Canadian model was sending it in this path before, but now decided to go north and then now northeast. So a lot of other secondary and tertiary models are taking these taking the system like all over the place, doing one of these. The spread is ridiculous with these plots. So we're still not all together there. We're pretty much agreeing that we're going to get to this point here in the southern Bahamas, and after that the spread is all over the place. So it is something we're going to have to update this weekend. We might even do a special video on Sunday if we get a better handle on it on our Severe and Tropics page. But for right now, this video is going to have to do. I'm going to show you what's going on here. First of all, here's the GFS. This is the latest run of the GFS, the overnight run for actually early Saturday morning here. Again, same idea here. Over the Bahamas, they have this storm forming here, the models do. And then the GFS takes it very close to the southeastern U.S. coastline, but then recurves it, and without ever touching land here, taking it off rapidly to the northeast here, and out of the picture, it does get into a pretty strong storm as it is exiting here, so it's going to be one of those ooh-ah type deals, and of course big rip currents and swells if this were to happen. But of course, this is the GFS. The GFS has been all over the place. It has been showing way out to sea. It was showing before. It was showing earlier tonight. It was showing a system that was going to hit Florida, right around Miami, and kind of come up like this and reemerge and then head out to sea. And I get this system that's not hitting anything. So, they keep going back and forth, and I'll show you why that's happening in a second. Actually, here we'll show you now. This is one model. This is the European model. And one thing that it's showing right in this image here, you got high pressure sitting over top of us here. Now this is looking at Tuesday. Here's the high pressure that's sitting over top of us, and here is the tropical system to the south here. One thing you have in place here is a trough, and I'm going to draw it just like this. When you have a trough sitting here like this, the flow around the trough is, think of it like a jet stream here. It's kind of like in this direction, so everything's kind of moving along like this. That's the steering flow. So this system here, theoretically, because this trough is in place, would come up like this and then head to the northeast because it would be picked up by this trough and sent rapidly northeast. It can't go west because the winds are coming around like this, so everything's steering it this way. So this storm can only go offshore and can't go any further west. So that's why the European model has been consistently showing this thing out to sea, and I'm putting this in motion now. You can follow this where it's going, and you can see it just takes it rapidly. Nowhere near land. This is the closest it gets to land, and of course this is probably a good 600 miles offshore, if not more. So it doesn't really do anything even to affect rip currents along the shore because it's so far offshore, and that's because of that trough that was in place. Now, what's the GFS doing that's bringing it a little closer? Well, here's that trough again. We do have the trough over our area that's sitting here just like this. But the system's further south at this point. It's sitting over the southern Bahamas. It's way off the picture here. So what happens with the GFS here is this trough is allowed to lift out. Okay, you get to move ahead here. This trough has now lifted out. The trough is now sitting up here and moving out this way. So this system's allowed to come more west because it misses the trough and actually undercuts the trough and is sent further to the west, so that it has possible impacts on Florida or the southeastern U.S. coastline. Of course, the GFS and the latest run kind of takes it just like this, very close, but that's the reason why it's doing that. Some of these hurricane models that actually have it, specialized models that have it hitting either Florida and then going into the Gulf of Mexico or hitting the southeastern U.S. coastline, are doing that because this system is undercutting the trough. So if it continues to do that, if it does undercut the trough and it misses that trough, this trough does not pick it up, it does have a chance to affect the southeastern U.S. coastline. And then, of course, if it does affect the southeastern U.S. coastline, the remnant moisture, which would be a tremendous amount of rain, would be a concern for our area as we got in later in the week next week. It would also disrupt any heat that we're projecting to take place. So, we'll have to wait and see how this goes. And this is a big wait and see game. And there's really no hurry here to figure out what's going on here because there's nothing in an immediate threat. And like I said, this hasn't even developed yet. We're still talking about this is still Invest 96L. It's not even a classified tropical depression yet. That may change again on Saturday, but at the time of this video, was still an Invest. And still ways to go before this thing even develops. And that's why the models are having such a hard time with it. It's just because it's taking so long to develop, and we're talking about a system that's not even developed yet. So we will update this throughout the weekend on the Facebook page, and maybe do a video on Sunday if things become a little more clear. But right now, this video will stand as called. Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for the weekend, August 23rd and 24th, 2014. Have a great weekend.